the black, you'll notice, hampered by a red.
One. Eight.
Doug will now move that.
Nine.
I was about to say he'd moved the offending red, but he's taken the other one back on the black.
16. 17.
And now has that black completely free. Awkward to bridge.
Four. 25.
4 reds, 4 blacks.
32. 33. 40. 41.
6 reds and 6 blacks.
48. 49.
'Uses a red to stay in position. Foregoes the maximum to win the frame. He's just sizing up the red above the pink for the top pocket. The blue spot now occupied, I think.
62.
Just sufficient room. One foot on the floor.
63.
Well, Doug will be feeling this frame as safe now. I'm sure we'll see him go into the pack of reds off this black to open them up and be a big chance for a century break. He can pick one off into the centre pocket if he wishes, but the angle looks pretty good to me to split the reds.
They could have been better.
70.
Yes, well, he has a near straight pot into the far baulk pocket, corner pocket, or a half ball cut into the centre pocket. I think Doug, the way he's cueing now, would make either one of them. Remains to be seen, but I think whichever red he decides to take on, he'll pot it all right.
Break goes to 78.
78. $79.
Got himself in a bit of trouble this time.
There are possible 3 reds that can be pocketed here. The 4th red could be doubled, so they're all on, none of them easy.
Terrific shot, that. What a putter this man is. And Reardon just sits in his chair, hoping that his colleague, his fellow countryman, can clear these. A possible 145 there. The highest break in the Embassy Championships so far is 135 by Dennis Taylor. just the last red to go, and then the 6 colours.
Doug has the black a little straight here, but I think he'll draw the white ball back here onto the side cushion, take the red ball into the opposite centre pocket. Not as straight as he would have preferred this red, but an excellent opportunity, a nice angle to go off the red onto the baulk colours, or perhaps he'll come back for the black.
A magnificent shot there on the last red.
It's all getting the play.
Reardon waits. Our capacity crowd, all with their fingers crossed.
I think we'll see Doug attempt to go right around the yellow here. Side cushion, top cushion, take the yellow back into the corner pocket. And it's perfect.
If Mountjoy can take these 6 colours, he creates a new World Championship record. The record at the moment held jointly by Rex Williams and Bill Werbenick, a break of 142.
This is just about perfect. Soft little run through on the blue, straight pink into the corner, straight black into the opposite corner.
Every nerve now strained. And it's just the one right on that black. 1,200 pounds hanging on this last stroke. He's now got the highest break, 138, but a new world record with the potting of the black. And a standing ovation for Welshman Doug Mountjoy as he creates a new World Championship record, a most magnificent break of 145.
Not an easy snooker this. I think we'll see a swerve shot. There you see the cue up in the air, hitting down onto the white to swear it round the brown.
Blessed with a little bit of good running there to leave the red absolutely safe. Could so easily have finished over that corner pocket.
Only 25 points, Nick Cloud, but like you say, Ray's got a lot of work to do to win this frame. Doug needing just the red and the colour to leave Reardon needing snookers, and as you say, the green and the pink ball both tied up.
Fine.
Still all the colours needed.
Ray Reardon, 5.
Although Mountjoy
51, Ray Reardon, 31.
needs one more colour besides the yellow. Well, he took that very, very hastily. Didn't seem to really gather himself for that shot. Losing accuracy on the comparatively simple pot because he had to screw the cue ball back very violently to have any chance of potting the green.
Two.
Mountjoy still needing one more colour.
Doug Mountjoy, 2.
attempted the pot, but with the snooker also in mind, has got the snooker. One more colour needed for Mountjoy in this last frame of the session. Hasn't quite snookered himself.
Doug Mountjoy, 3.
And with Mountjoy leading by 25 points, Reardon needs a snooker.
Ray Reardon, 31. Doug Mountjoy, 56.
Most of the frames this afternoon have followed a tactical pattern rather than being all potting and breakballing, with the exception of Mountjoy's 145 break, of course. And this is one of the ways in which Mountjoy has definitely improved in the last few years. An anxious look to see
Quiet, please.
whether he is in fact angered. And the way Mountjoy has won the tactical frames this afternoon illustrates, I think, his advance in the last 2 or 3 years. Plus, of course, potting like that. A great finish to the afternoon session. Mountjoy leads by 9 frames to 6.
That's how they'll resume tomorrow. But tonight in...
Ray Reardon,
The snag about this for Mountjoy is that there are only 4 reds left. They're a little loose, and that is increasing the chances of him conceding Reardon an opening.
Foul. Ray Reardon, 4.
And Mountjoy declaring before referee John Williams either had seen it, and certainly before he said anything, that he had touched the cue ball as he was addressing it, and Reardon, of course, putting him in again.
Foul. Ray Reardon, 7. The free ball. And a touching ball.
And I don't know whether you noticed there, as Mountjoy hit the black with the cue ball, the black moved from its spot and rocked gently back. A little divot has developed in the black spot, and that is why those 2 balls are now touching. Mountjoy playing his 3rd consecutive shot, having given away fouls of 4 and 7 with his last 2. Not the angle to get the cue ball behind one of the baulk colours, but again good strength to get the cue ball within an inch or so of the baulk cushion. Reardon's got to hit this outside red very thin, which means that there won't be much speed on the second red, and he's a little bit frightened of leaving Mountjoy a long one over the corner pocket. Deciding therefore to play a purely containing safety shot. Mountjoy can tuck the cue ball away again to baulk, but at least Reardon's avoided the imminent possibility of conceding an opening. trying to creep it back to its original position behind the blue. But this time Reardon not in any trouble. Well, he didn't appear to be. But this is a good chance for Mountjoy. Didn't really hold the cue ball as he intended. Left a little bit more of a cut back than he wanted. This frame representing a difference of 4 in front to Mountjoy, or only 2.
Very good chance here for Doug Mountjoy, because although the brown's near the baulk cushion, the yellow and green are very close also to the brown, so he doesn't have a lot to do to get on the brown. Just be a matter of potting the green, holding the white there, and he's automatically got the brown into the pocket.
Colours to the blue then, now required to leave Reardon needing a snooker.
And you couldn't have played that blue better. All you've got to do now is roll the yellow into the corner pocket, pot the green must finish on the green into the other corner pocket, and then just hold the white where the green is for the brown into the same pocket as the yellow.
31.
Key shot coming up. If he pots this brown, he will be on the frame winning ball, the blue. Very calm, very measured this. Used to go rushing in a little bit in his amateur days in this type of situation. But he's a very experienced professional now. He's played this opening frame extremely well. The black doesn't matter. He was just testing. Mountjoy goes 4 frames ahead at 10 frames to 6.
Well, in fact, that leaves him, we reckon, 6 frames short of a place in the final. Well, that concludes our coverage of the snookering grandstand, and of course it returns to BBC Two a little later.
Ray Reardon at the table. Clive Everton and John Spencer will commentate.
Yes, I think we'll see here Doug's left an angle on this black, and I think he'll go into the bunch of reds, knowing that there's an easy red over the middle pocket.
Doug Mountjoy, 1.
Well, that has to be pressure. Straightforward black off the spot. Good angle. He could get his bridge hand on the table.
Eight. Nine. Sixteen. 17. 17.
Well, he couldn't have asked for a much more straightforward opportunity to clinch the frame. An easy pink, all the reds open, and a lead of 49 points.
1.
Well, a marvellous opportunity here for Doug now, because it's perfectly on the black, a nice angle, just to come off the back cushion and bounce up for the red into the other black pocket. All the reds are wide open,
8.
and of course the pink over the pocket is a nice reserve for him.
If Doug Mountjoy was practicing, it would be about 10 to 1 on him clearing the balls from this position, but this is not practice.
Nine. Fifteen. Sixteen.
He's already left himself slightly more difficulty than would have been ideal. Leaving himself almost straight on the blue, slightly the wrong side of it.
21.
Makes this shot as easy as it is. Just that little degree more missable.
Doug Mountjoy, 21.
With the tension on to such a great degree, positional play of supreme importance. You really can't make your next shot too easy.
One. Ray Reardon, 1.
Well, nerves is the winner here.
2. Ray Reardon, 51. One.
One behind, 35 on the table.
Nine.
A little bit near the side cushion. He's up on his right toe also. And good shot in the circumstances. Had to raise the butt of his cue slightly
13.
to play that shot.
15.
Colours clearance needed to win.
Two. Seven.
Pink and black still needed.
33.
A great frame for Mountjoy to win, but a bad one for Reardon to lose.
And he knew it. And Mountjoy creeping closer to the 16 you need to go into the final. Reardon knew he had to try and stop making the odd mistake when he was in with a chance. And there were signs in the next frame that he'd done it. Mountjoy is yet to score, and Reardon's already got 48 points on the board.
I think Doug's just left the right angle here. I've no doubt Doug will attempt to pot the blank, bounce off the back cushion and go in to split that cluster of reds, meaning that he's 48 points behind at this stage. He needs to have those reds opened.
On the black by a slightly circuitous route.
I think he's looking here to play the double, screw the white back for the black so that they're safe if he misses it.
Doug Mountjoy, 16. Ray Reardon, 48. Doug Mountjoy, 16.
red, but another good pot needed.
Doug Mountjoy, 1.
He had to go for it. It was a possible frame winning opportunity had he got it. But now a chance for Reardon to seal the frame.
I think he's stunning back here for the pink into the left-hand corner pocket. In fact, he's done better than that. He's come further back for the black. Here he's got the back red of those three cut into the corner pocket, and will no doubt take the white down the table for the brown, which is over the pocket.
Nine. Ray Reardon, 9.
Well, another frame winning chance gone down. And Mountjoy coming to the table, 40 points behind, with a chance of winning his third frame of the day.
1.
It's going to be a very difficult game for both of them now. Mountjoy can sense that he's got Reardon faltering, and is perhaps feeling a little over anxious to press home that 5-frame advantage. Reardon has missed most of his opportunities today, or at least failed to capitalise on them as he should.
And of course, with missing that black, Clive, and Reardon 39 points in front, Reardon just wants one of these three reds with the brown, which is over the pocket, to leave Doug wanting snookers.
Eight. Ray Reardon, 8.
Should be too late to make a difference to the outcome of this frame, a difference of 47, but it's only one snooker to draw if Mountjoy could subsequently get blacks with the last two reds and all the colours. That red, though, taking Reardon into calm waters. Difference of 48. It will be 50 after he's potted the yellow, and then only 35 on the table.
Ray Reardon, 4. Unafraid.
So not the most impressive frame that Reardon has played, but he has won it and narrowed the gap to 4 frames, trailing by 11 frames to second.
And I can tell you, Ray Reardon was jolly glad to win it. It was the first he'd won since the 14th, and that was played last night. Well, in the very next frame, the 19th of the 31 in the semi-final, it was Doug Mountjoy got going again. He had a nice opening break of 45. Then after Reardon, it had a red-black-red. He broke down on the colour. Mountjoy's in again here and potting again. 52-19 the score.
That excellent red, not giving Mountjoy a clear-cut opportunity to clinch this frame, but it should certainly give him the tactical advantage, as well as the 33-point advantage, which he already holds.
I think we might see Doug here play the yellow down onto the right-hand side cushion to take the white off the side cushion and behind the brown. The idea to try and put this yellow into a safe position.
Doug Mountjoy, 1.
Played the pot instead, with the idea of playing the safety next shot. He's thought about attempting the red into the middle pocket, but it's very difficult, and there could be serious consequences if he misses it. Hasn't come out as badly as it might have done.
Ray Reardon, 1.
And having pulled off that double with a lot of pressure on the shot, he misses a brown which was much easier. Well, I think if John Poole was playing here, he would say, would anybody care to make up a 4? But in fact, these mistakes that these two great players are making, all too understandable, considering the tension of the occasion.
1.
The red almost touching the black, but I think if Reardon positions the cue ball in a certain way for it, he'll be able to pot it. This red first, of course.
Played a good shot there, Ray. He's left an angle on the blue so that he can pot this blue. And I don't know if he's going to try and come down behind the red to play the red into the left-hand middle pocket, or whether he'll try to screw down and disturb the red from the black. Not an easy shot, that, of course, the white being just a little bit too near the cushion to get the amount of bottom on.
Ray Reardon, 11.
And although Reardon's made a few mistakes in this frame,
Doug Mountjoy, 52. Ray Reardon, 31.
he's got the habit of poaching frames from this sort of position. 21 points behind Reardon, but Mountjoy has still got something to do.
Yes, Clive, and a very important frame for Ray, this, because Doug seems to have got under a lot of pressure here. And if Ray can pinch this frame, of course, it's going to add to that pressure. If Doug can get it, then he'll open up the gap to 5 frames again, and it'll make him feel a lot easier.
Reardon has taken a poor view of that kiss on the yellow, which has left him snookered. Got out of his chair very slowly. And although he's escaped from the snooker, a red and a black here for Mountjoy would put Mountjoy virtually past the post.
Well, again, you could see the pressure there in Doug's game, just wanting the red and the black to leave Reardon needing snookers, and of course giving Ray an excellent opportunity here. I would think he would probably pot this and go down for the blue, because he needs all the colours anyway. The only one really being difficult could be the green.
One.
Looks like we've got perfect there on the yellow, a nice angle just to pot the yellow and bounce the white off the side cushion across the table behind the green.
8. Ray Reardon, 8.
That was the key shot.
Doug Mountjoy, 52. Ray Reardon, 39.
The rest of the colours ideally placed had he got that. Mountjoy needing only green and brown in this frame to leave Reardon needing snookers.
The difficulty with this shot, I think, the cut is a little too thin for Doug to hold the white there for the brown. We'll have to play it with speed or a lot of bottom on the ball. And there, that's what happens, caused him to miss the pot.
Missed it by a fair margin. Not his usual unhurried backswing, seemed to snatch at it, and he's been fortunate. This particular frame has resolved itself into not how good your best is, but how good your worst is.
And I don't think Ray can hit this full, I don't know, but I think he may have to go for the pot.
Blue to win. And that's the third time he's done that this session. He's missed his waistcoat pocket with his chalk.
Well, of course, I think that was one of the reasons, Clive, that he played it into the left-hand pocket rather than play it into the right-hand pocket. He was bringing the white across the table behind, hopefully, the pink and the black. But as you say, still being a trifle lucky.
The problem, of course, not so much to hit the blue, but how to hit it in such a way as to leave it safe. Mountjoy needing only one more colour to leave Reardon needing a snooker. Chance into the baulk pocket. Chance, in fact, into either baulk pocket, but neither way particularly easy.
Well, I don't think Doug tried to pot that blue. I think his idea was to screw the white behind the black, and had the blue just missed the angle of the middle pocket, it would have come down on the side cushion, the back cushion, and gone back up the table for a snooker. I don't feel, Clive, that Doug wants to go for this blue. The only other alternative is a doublet across the table and back into the centre of the top cushion, taking the white down to baulk, which is what he's elected to do.
This frame to make the difference between Mountjoy 5 ahead and 3 ahead. Well, he refused a blue that was a little bit easier than that the last time round, but he went for that one. Pink and black still needed. approaches the frame, narrows the gap to 3. Mountjoy leads by 11 frames to 8.
Well, that meant they'd shared the first 4 frames they'd played here today, and just a little bit more confidence coming back into Ray Reardon's play. That had been his problem. The old confidence was only there in short bursts. He didn't seem able to settle down and play the long breaks. He was always known as the great clear-up of the table, but he wasn't doing it here this afternoon. Well, the very next frame, that was frame 20, and Reardon started badly. In fact, he gave away 4 points straight away, which is the last thing he wanted to do, which let Mountjoy in. And as we join it, Mountjoy is leading 27-0. Jack Carnham and John Pullman have moved into the commentary box.
And that's opened quite nicely.
30.
Sequence
got on a red there, but unfortunately he's rather messed up the black. No way he can get on that. Pink on the side cushion, so he's got a little bit of trouble. He'll have to scroll down for the blue. I think Doug thought he was going to score into the 2 reds that are just above the middle pocket there, because there was no reason for him to play the shot as hard as that. Otherwise... This man's...
90.
This man's certainly got his iron, putting extremely confidently.
$25. $26.
Well, just that little nod of displeasure at having got straight on the blue, so he decides to go for the yellow to give him the angle he requires. And he's certainly playing very confidently.
28. $34. 35.
And once again hasn't gone quite far enough down the table to give themselves the right angle on the blow.
Well, this is certainly is a supreme exhibition of potting. Nothing has been easy. Hasn't really got on anything nicely. But he's knocking them in like 9 pins here. 46 breaks so far, and he's 66 points to 0. And Ray now requiring snookers.
Doug Mountjoy.
Well, although Reardon got out of that, Mountjoy got another break later on of 48 to take the frame 124 points to 0. And that meant that Doug Mountjoy led Ray Reardon 12-8.
So frame 21, and Reardon will certainly want to stop that sort of potting.
Mountjoy, 1.
16.
Well, he's got to go down for the blue here.
17.
Just a little too far for comfort. Well, surprisingly, Ray was a long way out there. Rather surprising there, John. He seemed to be inches out.
Well, I don't know whether you noticed, Jack, but he put a little bit of a snatch into that one. He queued up quite well, but then snatched at it at the finish and didn't deliver a clean stroke.
1.
Well, he's found one out the pack there, and that was a good pot on the black. Plenty of side on the cue ball.
Two. Doug Mountjoy, 22.
He played very nice touch there. It was not an easy shot, a slow screw, and just that little bit out in accuracy.
One red in the middle of the pack there that Ray is looking at, thinks he might just be able to pot. Obviously played to get on that.
8.
Would have liked to have been a little farther off the cushion there, I'm sure.
Reardon, 9. Doug Mountjoy, 23. Ray Reardon, 29.
Well, Ray is certainly not himself. He's just not coordinating.
One. Six.
29 all.
Seven. Fourteen. 15.
Just a little problem of getting onto the next red here. Looks as if the pink is straight into the middle. Means he can't do a great deal with the cue ball, can only go forward or straight back, obviously. Just setting him a little problem, getting onto the next red. Well, as the pink will go on its spot, I think he's messed it up. Yeah, I hope he got through there.
Twenty-nine.
23 the lead.
30. 37. 38.
And that means that Reardon requires snookers already in this round.
$43.
Well, Doug is certainly touching them beautifully this afternoon. This is as good a putting session as I think we've seen.
$57. 63.
63 break, and the black will surely make 70. And that's 13 frames to 8. Tremendous play there.
Well, Doug Mountjoy put those down like he was just playing around on a practice table with no tension of a world championship at all. He probably wished he could go on playing all night, just frame after frame, but he'd reached the point with just one more to play in the afternoon session. He needs, of course, 3 more to go into the final to face Steve Davis, and Ray Reardon knows he's got a tremendous job to try and stop his Welsh teammate in this sort of form.
One. Four.
Well, Ray badly needs a break of some sort to restore a little confidence. It's not often that Ray goes through a match with just a 46 break. A couple of 30s through so many sessions.
13. $20. 21. 28. 29.
'Well, the pack hasn't opened up to any great advantage, but he could be on one back into the corner pocket. Well, the advantage of being a tall man.
44.
Well, that's only the second 40 of the match for Reardon.
$45. 52. 53. 60.
Well, he's got to kiss through the pack of reds here to try and get on a colour. Difficult to judge where the cue ball's going, but he's judged that pretty well, nicely on the blow. That doesn't look too good.
Well, the corner pocket completely covered. Well, 66 break. That's the first break over 50 for Ray.
Still a possible 75 points on the table, so the game not yet lost for Doug Mountjoy, but a long way to go. And the potting of that red means that now Doug Mountjoy does need a snooker.
Well, Ray can hardly believe it. And Doug Mountjoy taps the red and concedes the frame at the end of this session to lead by 13 frames to 9.
And with that, the last frame played so far today. This is how the World Championship stands just after 6:45 on this Easter Saturday. Steve Davis into the final, having beaten Cliff Thorburn 16 frames to 10. Now waiting to see which of the two Welshmen he'll meet in the final, which starts tomorrow and goes on throughout Monday. Doug Mountjoy leading Ray Reardon 13 frames to 9. 9 frames are left in that semi-final scheduled for tonight. Ray Reardon, of course, has got a terrific task. He's got to win 7 out of those 9 if he's to go into the final. And as Steve Davis pointed out this afternoon, that Ray Reardon's never lost a final, and he said, I wouldn't mind playing him, not just to win the title, but to break the record. But Mountjoy's looking good. They'll restart tonight at 7:30, which is when we'll be back here live, and I hope you'll be able to join us.
Not really, no, because Steve is the up-and-coming player. He's one of the best players of today, and he's justified it in getting into the final as he's done now. He would like to play me probably because of my record, and he knows how well I can play at times, which I haven't showed too good this year, as a matter of fact. But I would have liked to play Steve in the final also, because he's certainly, in my book, one of the best players in the world today. And he's going to take some stopping in the final also. But that's another story, I suppose. But I'm a little bit disappointed that I'm not there to meet him.
Have you been disappointed throughout this championship? Have you felt there was one match where you really got things going and you thought, this is the championship for me? Until you met Doug?
Well, you always go into the championship thinking that you're going to win it, obviously. But I had one good session with John Spencer. Very good session. Which was the old John Spencer and the old Ray Reardon.
You enjoyed that, didn't you?
Which we both, well, I'd like to think that we both enjoyed it, because off the table we were very good friends. On the table, well, we're arch enemies, obviously, but that was a good session, actually. And it's the only good session I've really had in this tournament.
How do you think Steve Davis is going to react to playing in the final here? Do you think it'll mean anything to him, or is he already that mature to be able to take it?
Oh, Steve is very mature. He's a good professional, Steve is, actually. He's been playing for many, many years, actually. Got a good manager, actually, in Ray Reardon also, who, over the years, before Steve came into the limelight or turned professional, introduced all the players down to his place down in Romford there. So Steve played all the top professionals years before he turned professional, actually.
Good apprenticeship.
Super apprenticeship. So he's got a good manager. And his manager's got a good professional player on his books as well, actually.
Doug Mountjoy's had this wonderful run through these championships. We've all thought he's been playing some of the best snooker of his life, although he said that today he didn't feel he played too well.
In spasms, actually.
Now, that's the point, because...
That 145, for instance. Super break, wasn't it, really? And when he got to 70... Oh dear, 78, I think it was, the time he took a blow to interrupt the all-black run. Then I'm on his side, because I'm out of the game. There's only 5 reds left. All I want him to see now is pot all the balls and break all the records. And of course he went on to do it, you know. But that was just the one game, and he didn't play all that well, which doesn't say so much for my performance. And I don't want to say anything that would detract from his winning, because I think Doug is a super player. But he didn't really play as well as he can play.
How much
and
better...
let's hope that he can get into the final and show his true form with Steve, and it'll make everybody happy, actually.
How much better will he have to play, do you think, to beat Steve Davis?
He'll have to play on top of his form throughout. Not just in spasms, but throughout, actually. But I'm a Welshman. I wish him well.
Of course.
And I wish Steve well also, because, you know, you've got this young lad at 23, and he's won most of the tournaments in the early part of this year. And there's more to come. He's going to take some stopping.
Well, Doug Mountjoy is the man who's got to try and stop him over the next 2 days of the final. £20,000 going to the winner. I tell you what, you've got a job to get a word in when Ray Reardon's in full flow, haven't you? Anyway, that's the tension, the story, the matches and everything else. We haven't quite finished yet, because every night here at the Crucible, the audience and all of us here have been entertained. Now, there's one player in this professional game of snooker called John Virgo, 1979 World Championship semi-finalist, went on to win the United Kingdom title that year. And if you've only seen John Virgo on your television screens, then you wouldn't exactly call him an extrovert and a rustabout comedian. But he's been doing an entertainment here to the audience here, and they've had a bit of fun watching, I can tell you. And the climax to his act is the piece where he gives you his view and the way he sees the men who've won the World Championship. And here he starts with John Spencer.
Eventually, he'd pop the black. It's all right. Well, honestly, that's unbelievable. That's the first time that anyone's ever thought me potting the black was a trick shot. You know? Wow. Anyway, and now the 19th. This has come at an opportune moment. And now the 1978 world champion, Mr. Ray Reardon. And now the 1979 world champion. It's a little bit slower than the others, this, but... And that's Terry Griffiths, and he would play the black something like this. And now, as I say, we're a bit short of time, so I'm just going to finish off with not a world champion, well, in 1972 he was, the 1980 runner-up, Mr. Higgins, and he would play the black something like this.
John Virgo, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, John. Thank you.
Just a little sample of the entertainment the other side of John Virgo has been giving here in the Crucible throughout the championships. Well, I don't know what one of the characters thought about it. John Spencer, did you get the sniff right?
You got me sniffing myself watching it.
It's very funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant. And of course, this is what it's all about nowadays.
Yeah, I was going to say, how much a part of the game now is the show business side? Without sort of being comedians, but you're very conscious of your image and your entertainment side of the business, aren't you?
Yes, I think it is show business now. There's no doubt about it. I think over the years, the dress and what have you of the players has finally brought the game, sold the game to the public, and now, you know, it is just entertainment. Even in the playing in the clubs, the people that get the bookings are the ones that play the game in an entertaining way.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's amazing that a lot of people, millions of people, see players on television, see them in championships, have got no idea, like, for instance, John Virgo. I know Dennis Taylor's got a marvellous club act, doesn't he?
Yeah, Dennis Taylor, I mean, he goes around telling the jokes as well. You know, and this is what they love it. You know, the clubs in particular, they just love hearing the professionals telling jokes, or as John has done there, he's built this act up himself.
But is there a danger that because you work so hard on your image and become the entertainer, that creeps into your play to the detriment of your play? I'm thinking of when Alex Higgins always says, you know, he said, you know, last year, I just had to play to the crowd again. I couldn't stop myself from doing it.
Well, Alex has always played to the crowd. I mean, this is the way he plays the game. He's more flair, of course, than any other player living. And this is why the public like to see Alex play. And for him to try and play in any other way, you know, I think this was one of his faults last year. He tried to play too safe. You know, he went the extreme. And when he won it in '72, he was playing to the, well, not playing to the crowd, he was playing his game, which happens to be what the crowd like to see.
That's right. Well, don't ever stop giving us a lot of fun and entertainment, will you? Incidentally, very quickly, can I ask you to put your head on the block? Doug Mountjoy or Steve Davis?
Certainly, I fancy.
Right. John, thanks for coming in and joining us here at this late hour. In fact, we're still live, so we are keeping up a bit tonight, but there it is. Well, let's round off our programme here tonight with something that's become a familiar part of our coverage of the championship. We'll be back at 2:20 tomorrow for the start of the final, and here, the entertainers.